Well, good afternoon, Mad Rock Nation. It's Big Dave here in the Night Furniture Mad Rock studio, and we're here today to talk about our friends there, the Sherman Community Players, presenting James Hindman's Popcorn Falls. And opening night is coming up this week, so we figure we get an opportunity to talk to some folks about this thing. And so we've got one of the co-stars up there, Jeremy Hopkins, with me. Good morning or afternoon, whatever. I don't know what time it is anymore. I mean,
It
I get
does.
here so early. Yeah, so this is an exciting. I love this. So the last time we talked to you, you were doing full out dramatic work. And so here you go, showing your other side of your chops here, doing a little bit of comedy for this upcoming show. So kind of talk about this Popcorn Falls. I mean, just with that kind of name, you kind of get the hint of what kind of show this is going to be, right?
Yeah, you do. And you're right. I'm usually doing the heavy slice of life. People are dying, uh, stuff like that. So it's nice to get away from that every once in a while. This is a really hilarious piece. I think if we just get up there and say the words, it's going to get a great response. And if we pull it off, maybe there might be people falling out of their seats. It's hilarious. Only two actors, but almost 20 characters. And if you're familiar with Greater Tuna, it's kind
Yeah.
of has that vibe to it, but it's got, in my opinion, has a little more heart than that, and a little more connectivity, and a little love story to boot. So, just good old slappy comedy.
Yeah.
Keep 'em-
Now, I mean the storyline itself, just if you go to the website there, scptheater.com, just the little blurb of it, I was like, oh, this will be different. So I'll read it directly here from the website. It says the sleepy town of Popcorn Falls is forced into bankruptcy when a neighboring town threatens to turn them into a sewage treatment plant. So I mean that line alone,
yeah,
their only hope, open a theater. So two actors play over 20 roles in a world of farce, love, and desperation, proving once and for all that art can save the world. I strongly believe that. I'm pretty sure you strongly believe that too. Art can save the world, but it's nice, I bet, to be able to play so many different characters in
yeah.
such a
Well,
short amount of time.
yeah, it is. It's challenging. To be honest, I've really got the easier task. I mean, I think Carissa plays about a dozen of those characters, maybe more. Um, I get to play the protagonist, that kind of the steady through the story, and then just switch out every now and then. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a love letter to theater. There's a lot of references in there that if if you're have any kind of theatrical history at all, that you'll recognize, and slips a lot of those in there. It's just a lot of fun, Dave. We're having a lot of fun.
Now, we were going to have you and your co-star up here. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it up here. So tell us a little bit about Carissa. I mean, what can we expect?
Greatness. She's very versatile as well, and she's a staple there at SCP, and she's done some stuff with us at Theater Denison, and we're just she it's nice working with a professional. She shows up and she's ready to go to work, and she's hilarious. We crack each other up. At least I don't know how we're going to hold it through the show day. The funny thing, uh, it's a farce, so it'll probably kind of work. But we're going to do our best to keep a straight face and just let the audience laugh. But we'll see
Now,
what happens.
this is a fairly new show, right? I mean, it has been around that long.
No, I think it's 2019.
Yeah, 2019, so fairly new there.
Yeah, really new. And it's great to see newer pieces at our theater. Because so many community theaters kind of resort back to the old classics and play the hits over and over. So it's nice when they switch things up.
So let's talk about the show itself. All these dates here. So I just took a screen grab there from the website to talk about it. So the 8th is, I guess, the opening night, the official opening night.
It is officially. That's on Friday.
Yeah.
We have a small invited audience tonight, and then Thursday is the preview performance. And
Yeah.
if any of my friends are out there and you want to get in on the Jeep or just slip one in and see the final dress / preview performance, I
Yeah.
suppose, come on out. And I'm excited to see how it's gonna evolve, because one thing about Carissa is she's very fluid on stage, and we play with each other, and we're able to just kind of be in the moment and react. And so uh, when you see it this weekend, it's probably going to be a totally different show, with the same amount of heart every show. But it's going to keep growing. I mean, it's just impossible not to when you're working with people like with her and with Eric, who's been very very giving as a director, and gives us a lot of rope. And sometimes that's just the best thing to do.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, once you get a show in front of an actual audience and get that interaction, changes are going to be made. So what you see the first weekend may be changed up a bit the second weekend.
Yeah, and it's I'm excited to have people out there because it's exchanging energy with that audience and just feeling them and rolling with them. It's always an adventure.
Yeah, so the matinees, I consider myself, I guess, an old soul. I think I just feel old, so I tend to go see the matinees of shows like this, and that's why you've got the little asterisk there. You've got some 2 p.m. matinees at the Finley Theaters that the people have weird schedules like myself can go and enjoy the show in the middle of the day rather than have to do the evening
Yeah,
show.
if I see you at the evening show, I'm going to be worried about your next day.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna take the next day off and watch the show. But if people want to get tickets, all they got to do is a couple of different ways. You can call the box office. I've got the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen there, 903-892-8818. Of course, everybody's used to going online now, scptheater.com. You can buy tickets online. They've got links and everything there, so you can buy those tickets.
Yeah, come on out and see us. Sales are pretty good for opening night, and we just anticipate them getting bigger and bigger. We'd like to close this show with a weekend of full houses, and I think it deserves it. I think word's going to spread pretty quick, and people are going to maybe even be a little sore in the tummy the next day.
So, without giving any specifics away, what would you say is your favorite character to play in this show? I mean, since you get to play a few,
Yeah,
which is your favorite?
the guy that I play most of the time it's really good. It's a challenge. Because he has to be real and yet it's slappy and it's a farce. So you have to find that balance. But I think my
Yeah.
favorite is the German Undertaker, Hans, who has
Oh,
photographic memory
oh,
and a lot of interesting memories from his childhood as well. So,
that's greatness. So, what have we not talked about? We talked about the dates, talked about people getting tickets, talked about the show, talked about your co-star.
yep,
I mean, that's pretty much it. Just want to get people in the seats, right? Want to have people enjoy another great show there, the Sherman Community Players.
sure, it's going to be a good time. I just want to mention our director Eric Fest too, and Laura Hill, who's helped us out with costumes and props, and Kara Flood, our stage manager, and our board ops just coming in. The name escapes me right now, but and Maxwell Norse, who did a lot of great work on the set. And so, it always takes a team. It takes a village, as they say. We get to be up there on stage, but I think as you'll see if you come to the show, there's a lot of other stuff happening as well. So it's always a team effort, and it's been really nice. I want to thank Pam Sanza also while we're at it, and the board. I'm just being political here. That's not
Yeah.
being nice,
So are we at an award show? No slapping going to happen, right? You're not going to reach through the screen and slap me upside the face, is it?
I think
You're good.
my daughter's over there. She's got an attitude, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's
I
all
think
right.
we're fine.
That's expected. Yeah, well, very cool. It's been, I admit it, it's been a long time since I've seen you in a comedic role. So I look forward to seeing it. I mean, I honestly think the last time I saw you in a comedic role was when I was acting with you as Sherman Community Players. I mean, you want to talk about 20 years ago. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking a long time ago. So yeah, you do a lot of the dramatic stuff. Always nice to do that. I know you've done stuff in between there, but
I have, yeah,
yeah.
and but that was the niche that kind of found me was the straight drama. But when I was out in California, I was able to perform with Fred Willard and his sketch comedy troupe in
Right.
Second City, and that really just kind of helped me latch back onto those things that I'd left behind and just put them back in my tool bag. And I'm ready to pull out all the stops if we can.
Awesome. Well, again, go to scptheater.com, buy your tickets to one of those dates right there. You can call that number as well. And I'll let it scroll back because I don't have it memorized. You might, but
I do.
scptheater.com. And then there it is, 903-892-8818. And go see James Hindman's Popcorn Falls, great comedy, kind of a news story, running April 8th through the 24th at the Finley Theater there with the Sherman Community Players. Well, Jeremy, I appreciate you joining me here today, and hopefully we can get some folks to buy some tickets now that they know about this, and it's a nice comedy thing. And look forward to seeing you and Carissa on stage.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you always being a champion of the arts in our community. You're much beloved, and we're thankful for you. Thanks, Dave.
Happy to do it. So get your tickets now. Go to scptheater.com.